All right, we've got Brendan Radley-Hiles. Bookie, we're going to get started with questions. We'll start with Ryan Aber of the Oklahoman and then go to Eric Bailey.
Yeah, Bookie, when you look back at Saturday's game, we've heard Alex, we just heard Deshaun talk about just a couple of plays that went really away from y'all. What's that like, and what is it that makes you think that the problems on this defense are fixable?
Like you said, it was a handful of plays that just was a difference maker in that game. But as far as that was an elite performance of defense that we held up in. You know, we were making plays, you know, left and right. We were getting off the field, you know, and then we just had to keep that up. We let a few plays get away from us, and that's all it was, definitely.
And the second part of that, just how fixable do you think those things are, and why?
Definitely fixable. Really already corrected in the meeting room. We've had a great week of practice, responded to adversity so well throughout the week. So I definitely think we're ready to go.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Eric Bailey with the Tulsa Whirl, and then Jason Kersey.
Hey, Bookie, just a simple question. Just wanted to ask about what's been the biggest area of growth in your game since you arrived in Norman?
The biggest area of growth, I would say just understanding what concepts, understanding what's going on, you know, around me. At the nickel position, I believe you're really a linebacker, corner, safety. You know, you're involved in a lot of different predicaments. So understanding situation and where you fit in that situation. So I would definitely say my biggest growth will be in the film room, film study.
Thanks, Bookie.
Yes, sir.
Jason Kersey with the Athletic, and then Joe Bettner.
Hey, Bookie, kind of along those lines. I mean, do you feel more comfortable this year out there than you have in the past? I mean, I guess that maybe is a natural thing, but I'm just wondering if you can sort of describe where you're at.
I would definitely just say I'm playing football right now. You know, I'm playing football. You know, Coach Grinch he gives us freedom within the structure of our defense. You know, it's a set of rules that you have to follow. You know, and after that, you just play like your hair's on fire. So. I'm just trying to have a knack for the football, a nose for the ball, and just get there, make the plays.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Joe Bettner with the Norman Transcript, and then Bob Prisbillo.
Okay, I'm wondering who on this defense for you guys when adversity hits, and especially after this loss, who have been the guys that have been stepping up from your perspective as far as being vocal leaders? Are you one of those guys, or I mean, is it anyone else on this defense that's stepping up in that role?
Really, it's all of us. All of us have taken the accountability route. You know, we have to hold ourselves accountable. You know, we're not the pointing fingers type of group. That's not us. We take ours, we understand what it is, and we respond. So specifically that, to answer your question, really just the older guys in the back end, you know, really both linebackers, everybody that was on that defense. You know, it wasn't just, you know, one or two people. Really the whole defense is speaking up about it, taking responsibility, taking ownership in it, and just keep going forward.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bob Prisbillo with Sooner Scoop, and then John Hoover.
Bookie, when it comes to takeaways, does that wear on you guys as defensive backs the most, because it seems like you guys have the most chances to get them? And how do you not let that affect the rest of your game, even if you're not able to get the takeaways?
We just got to get them, man. There's no excuse for it. There's nothing else to say. We have to get it done. We have to get it done, and we haven't. So, it does impact the DBs the most, you know, because we are in that predicament. But like I said, there's no excuse. We got to get it done. We got to get it done. We got to get takeaways, period.
Let's go to John Hoover with SI Sooners, and then Brandon Drum.
Hey, Bookie, one of the areas that really I thought got shored up last year when Alex got here was the pre-snap communication and the pre-snap organization. Guys knew what the call was, and they got it early, and it you know, they were able to communicate it with each other.
Yes, sir.
It looked like some of that from 2018 or whatever, totally different scenario, I know, but it just looked like the communication was not there on Saturday against Kansas State. Deshaun said it was definitely a communication issue. Can you kind of talk about that and describe what was going on out there?
I would probably say more towards the end of that game, maybe so. The communication, I say it fell off a little bit, but earlier in that game, it was hitting on all cylinders. the communication was really, elite. We were working off a lot of situations, a lot of motion, a lot of eye control. But I think that we were communicating very well at a high tempo, high pace. We just have to keep that up, keep consistently keep that going throughout the game. And really in that fourth quarter.
Was that a K-State thing then, that they started doing different formations, giving you different motions, or how did they get to you guys to be able to do that?
Really, they were doing the same thing throughout the whole game. We just had to keep our consistency up. It was more of a us thing. So definitely we just have to make sure that we keep that consistently strong throughout the entire game.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Drum with OU Insider, and then James Hale.
Yesterday, Jeremiah Hall talked about the complacency and said it felt like there was a little bit of complacency in the second half with you guys. And you talked about playing elite in the first half. And then it just kind of fallen off is what you said, and little bits and pieces, and along with the communication. Do you feel like there was a bit of complacency after you guys got that sizable lead? And how do you as leaders combat that so that it doesn't continue to happen throughout the rest of the season?
Right. I definitely say we can never get into the position of being a front runner. And I believe that the front runner mentality is somebody that's ahead, and they feel as if nothing is wrong, and I feel as if that has to come out. That can't take place at all. That mentality, that has to be erased, or if it's there at all, so keeping that hunger, keeping that drive to finish this game in the fourth quarter football, that's a big thing that we've harped on, throughout these couple of days that we've been back. So I definitely think we just have to finish, man. We just got to finish.
Is it leaders like you? Somebody like you have to step up and make sure that the younger guys that, that don't have as much experience in that don't fall into that routine?
Really, you can speak on it, yes, but you got to do it. You have to lead by example in those cases. You have to show a young guy like, yeah, it's the fourth quarter, we're up by this lead, but my craft is my craft regardless. The ball is dropped, I got to play my football. So really, you can say it's a vocal thing, but more so it's the guys on defense. It's really the whole team, the guys on offense and defense. We're putting it more to example. You got to go do it. You can talk anything. Anybody can talk. Talk is cheap.
Appreciate it, Bookie.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to James Hale and then Kerry Murdoch.
Bookie, Iowa State comes in off an impressive performance against TCU. They may, have the best running back in the conference. They have an experienced quarterback. Talk about the difficulty of matching up with all those tight ends and all those things that they do, that they always bring to the table.
Definitely a respected offense. Definitely. Quarterback's a great guy. He uses his head. He makes smart decisions. I'm looking forward to definitely going in, on the road and having a great game, having a fun, disciplined, poised game. So I look forward to the matchup. I know, you have to come prepared when you go to Iowa State, when you play Iowa State. Great offense, great coach. They're going to do their thing, but we got to make our plays.
Thanks, Bookie.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kerry Murdoch and then Keegan Renault.
Hey, Bookie, you had a really good first half the other day and just played well throughout. Do you feel a little bit like you need to take it on your shoulder to become a playmaker for this team after, you guys lose like Kenneth Murray and Neville? Like, you just kind of, it seems like, you're used to seeing stars on this team, or you just need guys to kind of step up and be stars, be playmakers like that right now?
Right now, for me personally, every time I go out there, I step on that field, I just tell myself, be myself, be you. Go out there, have fun, make plays, be confident in everything you do. And whatever you see, just trust your instincts and just go. So I don't think we have to, tell yourself like, oh, I have to be the guy to make plays. And, I don't think that's the route I take about it. I just say, just go out there and be you. Be you. That's all it is.
Do you think that that's something that, guys need to kind of, I don't know, aspire to, though, is, I know Alex has talked about he wants all Big 12 guys on this defense. Is it something that everyone needs to try aspire to take over games?
Everybody on this defense, specifically, if we're going to talk about defense, we're all playmakers. We just got to make sure that the line that we run, there's a finish to that, and that finish is the ball, so we have to find a way to get the ball at the end of the day, and that's about making plays all together.
Thanks, Boogie.
Of course.
All right, we got time for one more. Keegan Renault.
Bookie, Alex, and then Deshaun just a second ago also talked about it. You guys, playing elite ball in the first half, and it was kind of just 4 to 5 plays. How do you weigh that from a psychological perspective? Watching the film and seeing how you guys played so well, and then 4 to 5 plays really beat you. How do you weigh that heading into a week where you guys got to really correct some things heading into a game?
As far as that goes, it just lets you know how critical every play is. It lets you know how much every play matters. Every play matters because, in the situation that we were in, we just had to, like you just said, it was only 5, 6, 7 plays, and you see what happened. Every play counts, man. You just got to get those. And it wasn't even like it was an effort problem. It was just baby little mistakes that we just had to fix. And I feel as if we came back and attacked that in the correct element. We came back with the right mindset to finish that. Make sure that doesn't happen. Take the right mental approach into that situation. So I definitely feel as if the response element, we're in the right area, we're in the right space, and we're just going to continue to grow from that.